Hi, welcome to a FingerNailFixer video. In this video, we are going to take a look at Jimmygel and how I would apply it in the salon. These nails have been prepped, so manicure and the cuticle work, buffing, etc. that is expected. Only I did not follow the manufacturer's instructions as far as buffing. I cannot bring myself to use a 180, so these are only buffed with a 240. Then I'm using the Light Elegance product Tack, making sure to keep it away from the skin, doing an application, and then putting it in the Light Elegance lamp, the dot, for 60 seconds. Next comes the Jimmygel. Basically applying this like a base coat, making sure the edge is sealed, getting a nice thin layer, keeping it away from the skin, and then curing it for 60 seconds. This is that layer that I'm using to make sure everything is for sure cured and thin enough to cure properly and ready to go. The next layer that I apply, I'm going to apply that same thin layer of the Jimmygel, only instead of curing this thin layer, this is where I'm going to start building with the arch. So doing that nice thin layer, making sure the edge is sealed, then coming back with a little dot of product on the end of the brush and making 3 little dots from where the arch would be and stringing that out towards the tip, basically down the center where your arch, to create that arch for the nail, and letting those hang out and settle down for themselves. The cool thing about the Jimmygel is that it settles into place, it self-levels on its own, so you don't have to do all the work of messing with it with the brush. You just put those dots of product into place and let them settle in where they need to be. Use your line of light or your shine lines from your table lamp to make sure that the gel has self-leveled into place. And when it's ready, you can slide it into your lamp to cure. And in this case, I'm using the Light Elegance dot lamp and curing it for 60 seconds. And as you can see, I've built just a small arch with this first layer. Want to build small arches versus one giant arch at once so that I am not as likely to create a heat spike for the client. On the second layer coming through, I'm going to use that same trick again. So applying a nice thin layer of that Jimmygel, and I'm applying it to 4 nails at a time or both thumbs at a time. And in applying it to those 4 nails, I'll do 1 thin layer and then my 3 dots down the center, and then let all 4 nails self-level at the same time. So as you can see, the other nails have started to self-level while I worked on that last nail. And just letting them hang out, giving them the opportunity to self-level. Normally the other hand is in curing, or you can start applying once it's finished curing, and you're just working back and forth from one hand to the other and giving them the opportunity to self-level, because it really does all the work for you and gives you a nice symmetrical arch in the nail that just settles in exactly where it's supposed to be if you keep those fingers nice and level. And here for the video, I'm holding them in place so that you can see the shine lines settling into place. Normally in the salon, I would let them rest on the lamp. The lamp has a nice curve to it that keeps them from setting their hand down in a weird position, or I would let them settle on the table and make sure their fingers are resting in a way that it's not going to set the hand off weird. So here I'm showing you an example of how I would let it rest on the lamp, kind of just gently a little bit back so they're not tipped too far forward, because I don't want the gel to self-level forward and make the edge thick. And while those are finishing self-leveling, I'm working on the thumb. So while it seems in the video like you're kind of sitting there staring at it self-leveling, in the salon you're always working on something else while another part of the nail is self-leveling. So you're not really using up time waiting for it to self-level, you're working on something else while it's doing its thing. Let's come back and take a look at these nails that we set off to self-level. And it looks like it's done its job. See how you can just use those shine lines from your table lamp to check that the gel has settled in where you want it to, and then slide it in and cure, and you've deepened that arch, and it just took those nice 2 layers. Then you are ready to go. You have a Jimmygel application, and you can apply gel polish or let it go as is. Hope this helped, and I look forward to seeing you in the next tutorial.